Hello everyone and welcome to Darkwater, a game I'm very excited to show you. Not only because I sat down to play this with a friend today and played it for 6 hours straight, but also I've been very lucky and the folks over at PlayStack have given me a few keys to share with all of you wonderful viewers at home. Darkwater is a game about being on a submarine and also going exploring lots of fun places with some very hostile mobs inside. It's for 1 to 4 players, however I'm going to play it by myself today, and then probably I'll do a live stream or something similar with a couple of mates as well. But private match, we'll go. You can see I've been playing a lot. Here in slot 1 we are going to see how far we can get in about an hour's playtime, and that's if we survive, because it's much easier, I think, having 2 players than having 1 player. Because 1 player, you have to do everything, you have to look after all the different systems on the ship. Now that starts off very simple, but as you grow and expand your submarine, as you add more systems in to support you, life gets a lot trickier and there's a lot more kind of areas to look after as well. So here we are, and you can see the room code up there. I might blow that out, but it's a private game anyway, so it shouldn't really matter. So, this is our starting ship. Let's pop in and say hello, shall we? Here we are in a submarine. There's a few things we can look over here. So we've got our piloting system here. We can choose where we want to go. We've got our weapons room here. So we've got torpedoes, because we're a submarine. We have a pumping station to get rid of any water. And we have our engine room here at the back. Now, we also have fuel, we have credits, we have a set amount of torpedoes, etc, etc. And you see there's a purple arrow there. That's going to give us the general direction we want to head, 090. So, let's move up to here. Consumes 1 fuel per move, and we've arrived at the relay station and notice a ship floating aimlessly in the water. You attempt to communicate with it but receive no response. We are going to try to strip it for materials, and we get a lot of useful parts. 25 credits, wonderful. Next we can go to an outpost, but every time we do things the district anarchy moves up and up. Here we go, we're going to dock at the mansion. This game is like a mix between Lethal Company, a quite recent game, and what was it? Not Black Sails. Oh goodness, I've forgotten the name of this. It's to do with basically Blackwake. That's it. Blackwake, which was a kind of cooperative sailing game to pirates. So I don't really have much to go with me. I've got a lantern, I've got a wrench, and I've got some food. But I suspect, if I go down here, we might have a few unfriendly faces here as well. Let's go this way first. Keep our lantern out, just for safety. Just so you know we can actually see anything. And it's probably not going to be that big, this first area. But as time goes on, we'll encounter some bigger places. We found a medical shelf, and we've got some credits. A bit of extra money, well worth having. Anything else? Something in the drawers here. A few more credits. So we might just find a few more credits at the beginning, but there may not be anyone hostile in this first room, or this first outpost. We'll have to see. We'll pick up these cans of food. But as time goes on, the enemies will get tougher, and you as a character won't necessarily get tougher in the meantime, which is something you have to bear in mind. What can we see here? Oh, more cans of food. Definitely saw something there. Some shotgun ammo. Not that we have a shotgun, but we might do in future. That's probably everything we can take here. Most rooms only have 1 or 2 items in them usually. Some don't have any at all. But these storage rooms are not a bad place to look normally, I've found. So I think that's probably everything. Let's head back towards the starting area. But here we can find something useful. We'll turn that light off because it can be quite bright at times. Got some scrap. Don't smoke the cigarettes. You have no reason to believe any of it. Don't work yourself up. It's all fairy tales. They tell the same kind of far-fetched stories down here about Earth. There's a little to do down here, so people love spinning tales of great monsters and grand conspiracies. The Soviets have imminent plans to take control of the moon. The discovery of intelligent aliens trying to communicate with us. An ancient doomsday relic found deep underground, and so on. Most recently, I've heard a humorous story of a distant infection taking over people's bodies and turning them purple. Did you hear about that one? I've turned purple, Dad. A little bit of backstory there. Got some more scrap, some more credits. That's probably everything. Let's get on the ladder. And we can bank some of this stuff. We'll bank the shotgun ammo, the food, and the scrap. We'll keep the lantern and this on us for now. But I think we probably found all that we can from here. The transit station's very close. We probably don't need to go to the transit station straight away. Let's go down to the store. And we found an abandoned refinery, which is acting as a shop. And here, we can buy some stuff. Also, if you're playing with friends and they die, they respawn in this little door here. Pull this lever for 20 bucks and they'll come straight back in. We could buy a shotgun, but that would be all of our money. It's probably not the best thing to do at the moment. We've only got 2 fuel and not many torpedoes, so we'll probably start there. We'll buy ourselves some more fuel. Probably 6 and a couple more torpedoes to work with. Up to 8. And what we'll do, we'll just... I was about to say expand the length, but maybe we won't. We'll wait on that. We could go for a harpoon bay. Might not be a bad idea. But we don't really have the space for it at the moment. So we'll hold off on that for now. We've got some more fuel. And we've got some more torpedoes, which we will need. So back to piloting here. We've got a bit of time before District Anarchy gets out of hand. There's not many places we can go to, though. Let's go to this outpost. Once inhabited by civilians, it now lays empty. In we pop. Has a little bit of a frame drop there as you're loading in, but that's inevitable. And here you see our first combatant. He's going to be a bit annoyed with us being here. He hasn't really awoken just yet, but he will do, and he'll have buddies. So we want to try and get the drop on him. Obviously hitting him in the head will be useful. Taking a little bit of damage there. You can see our health on the left and stamina on the right. We get some more fish meal, which is useful for our health. We can use that later. Oh, hello. No, no, no. No, no, no. Go away. Go away. Go away. There's another one. I hear him. How quickly can we eat this fish meal? What is chasing us? No. Come on, eat this quicker, please. Bad start, bad start, bad start, bad start. Please die, please die. Thank you, goodness. Right, back to the ladder. We need to go back to the ladder quickly. No! No! And there you go. Let's try that again, shall we? I don't think I've died that early yet in a run. That's pretty embarrassing. Let's go again. Hopefully this time we can not be too embarrassing. So, same thing again, with the same basic setup. And just get our inventory as we should. This time we need to head a bit more northeast. Let's start moving. Message received. Hello, can you hear us? Our ship is running out of power. Running low on fuel. I can't give 3 fuel, I have none left. So unfortunately I'm going to have to leave that. off to the outpost. This time we'll have to be a little bit more careful. And oh, hello, crab. No, go away. You're dead, but also there's a real lack of oxygen here because we're underwater, which is not very helpful. Weirdly, our lantern still works. We're going to have to go back and get some more oxygen. This is not a great first room, admittedly, for us. Come back up to get our oxygen back, and then we'll go back down. We may not be able to go everywhere, but we can hopefully go to some places and get some loot. Some places you can drain. I don't think this is one of those places. We're at least getting a little bit of loot here, some credits. Search this. Tinned fish meal. Gotta be a little bit careful I don't stray too far from my ladder. I don't have any oxygen, kind of external oxygen that I can use at the moment. So let's go back here. Let's bank this food. And let's go back down one more time, see what else we can find. Because things get tougher and tougher quite quickly. You want to have as much stuff as you can. Oh goodness, that's a big lobster, man. No, no, no. We are not ready to fight you. Goodness me, we are dying so quickly at the moment. You haven't even seen the submarine bit yet. When I first played this, I didn't have this much trouble. But that's okay. I like tough games. So, as always, same as usual. We were very unlucky in that starting room, to be honest. Okay, near the relay station you spot a cargo submarine. You don't detect any other submarines around besides this one. We're going to demand their cargo. However, they sent over a barrel of fuel, but it's got some nasty things attached to it, which means we need to repair things quickly. And we also need to start firing back ASAP. So fire you, and then we're going to need to have a look at our own water levels, because this is going to get out of hand pretty quickly. Repair the leak, and you can see the water is also going to start rising quickly. Hopefully I've managed to knock out their weapon system for a little bit. Spend some time getting the water level down. How are we doing? Okay, we're doing okay. We've got quite a big leak here though. Repair that. We're doing okay. We're knocking out their weapons, which is important. And then, oh, that's another hit there. Reload required. We'll do that in a second. We'll take one of these torpedoes, open the hatch, and insert our torpedo so it reloads. So you can see quite quickly, straight away, how even on a small submarine you can struggle a little bit with managing all the tasks. And as the submarine gets bigger and the fights get bigger, it can prove pretty troublesome indeed. But there we go, 69 credits, that's a good first start. We need to go repair our engine. Not that bit, repair this bit, because that's going to slow us down during combat. Because you can spend time here piloting against a fight. Let's go here and then we'll go over to the store. Your sonar detects an eerie sight scattered across the ocean floor on the remnants of 2 submarines, likely from an earlier battle. But it's an ambush. So let's go. And we will fire there. I want to fire their weapons, so they're harpoons pretty much. Repair this. I think we're already firing, which is important. They're going to come in here and attack us. Okay, already we're struggling a little bit to keep up here. Well, I can see there's a hole here. Repair that. We'll do some pumping. Let's keep our water levels satiated. I think we've taken out some of their weapons. Yeah, we've taken out their weapons by now. Let's go for their pumping now. I think that would be better. We do need to reload, so let's take another torpedo from our storage here. And you can see when there's a yellow light there, it needs to be reloaded. How are we doing? Okay, we're nearly there. Let's stop firing, because I don't want to waste any more torpedoes than absolutely necessary. So we do need to go and just pump a little bit. There we go. So this time we're doing a little better, although we weren't doing very well in the actual melee combat. Here we can take 32 credits or 2 fuel. We've only got 3 fuel left, but we are going into a shop, so we'll do that instead. We'll go for a store here. See if we can get something useful to see us through. First of all, anything here in the shop worth having? Some double barrel shotguns, but they're too expensive. And here, storage room wouldn't be a bad idea. So let's do that. Let's buy some more torpedoes, some fuel, and a storage room. That's bigger than I thought it might be. Fine. Well, we can't do anything for that just yet. So I'm going to expand my length, I think. We'll move that there. So here we can start to change our submarine and kind of how it works. That storage room is bigger than I was hoping, but it will allow us to earn more credits. But we need to make our ship a little bit wider yet. We've got 6 fuel, 7 torpedoes. I'll buy a little bit more fuel with my remaining money, because fuel is important. Without fuel you can't keep moving. And we'll come back up. So everything's changed a little bit. Our piloting room is now here. We haven't had much luck with outposts recently. But let's go up this way. Built to house mining workers. Hopefully this one isn't underwater, because that also slowed us down. Okay, this one looks better. Still need to be wary of potential hostile, I was about to say soldiers, but really any hostile NPCs at all. Get some credits here, which is good. Sometimes I need to just not push myself too far. These canteens are good. They usually have food in them. Food is a good way of restoring some health. Not the same as, or as good as a medkit perhaps, but still pretty good nonetheless. And is very welcome at this stage of the run. More credits there. No one else around at the moment. It's always worth checking these terminals, because later on there might be some very angry bombs being spawned in here, and it's useful to be able to deactivate them with a code. Let's just go bank this stuff quickly by putting this food away. We'll keep 1 food on us in case we need it. Is this another no, this is the same canteen, I believe. We haven't been over here yet though. Some credits, anything here in the toolbox. Some scrap. Some more credits over here, that's good. I think that's everything. Let's get out of here. Let's put this in our little area. And where are we going to pilot to next? We need to start heading that way, but there's not many ways we can get there, to be honest, unless we go back down this direction. But let's go over here first. You notice a pirate rummaging through some wreckage. He's too distracted to notice you. Let's fire at them first. We scored a direct hit, which means they're already going to be hurting. Excellent. Let's fire at their weapons so they don't fire back at us, hopefully. And later on we can actually go and board them, which is quite fun. But that's not something we can do just yet. They're going to fire at us. Let's see if we can steer a way to avoid that. It's probably a little bit late to avoid such things. No. I think we're a bit too late there. Right, let's go repair this. Repair. Thankfully the torpedoes do keep firing in your absence. Let's just check on how we're doing. Right there, you should be dead soon. So I can just spend the time to repair here. Well, we are definitely taking quite a few hits, that's for sure. Repair this, repair this. Enemy destroyed, excellent. Let's repair up our pump. And just pump out any excess water. Also, all the lights have turned off, so let's turn these back on. And we got ourselves 8 fuel. That's amazing. That's going to see us through a long way yet. But we do need to get down to that transit station, and I'm not seeing many great options to get there. But we've got time. Let's go over here. Let's spend some time getting what we can. Free fuel. Our craft is too heavy. We must get rid of it to shed some weight. I'm going to request a barrel, but yes, I didn't think that was going to be a safe thing for us to do. However, I do want to do as much fighting at this stage as possible. Just need to grab another torpedo here. Open the hatch. Insert the item. We are taking quite a few hits though. We're going to have to go to get this sorted. That's a large leak, that's a problem. Oh yeah, that's some water. Repair the pump, quickly please. We probably shouldn't have done that, but I want to take the fight to them really. Let's get this other leak if possible. And keep firing if we can. Let's fire at their engine and their steering. We need to go back and pump some more because we are very much underwater. Repair this. This might be interesting. We are going. We are just about managing with our water levels. Enemy destroyed. Fine. Let's repair these leaks. Then there's some very large leaks happening here. There we go. Not too bad. So pretty much all the combat happens from this room, which is pretty cool. And that's probably, you know, how most submarine actions would have happened, to be honest. You know, you wouldn't engage in much direct combat. You just have to see it all through machines and such like that. Obviously this is a somewhat simplified version of an actual submarine, but still pretty cool. Right, we do need to repair up our pilot room and also our torpedo bay. So now where can we go next? We need to get down to the transit station. We'll head down to the store. We don't have a... Actually, no, yeah, we'll head down to the store. No, we'll go to the outpost. We've got enough fuel to be moving around a little bit. We will take some food and a light with us. Hopefully it's not too underwater. It's fully underwater. Just wonderful. Because this went so well last time. Especially with creepy suits everywhere. If I think this is a lost cause, we will just leave. Underwater buildings are not usually that helpful. But we'll loot what we can. Close to the ladder. Later on you can get kind of oxygen tanks to help you out. We are getting some stuff here. Let's go back to the ladder and brief it. Every time I see those suits it still scares me. Right. Put that away. We're getting little bits at the moment, which is better than nothing. I think we've already been in some of this room anyway. Let's make sure no one's creeping up behind me. I can't spend the time to read that terminal. So hopefully it's... No, there's a crab. No. Okay, we're leaving. I don't want to be fighting underwater. That went terribly last time. And you're quite quick, actually. Let's get to the ladder. Let's get out of it. So we get little bits of loot here and there. Nothing major. We're going to go back here to where we've been before, down to get down to this store. We'll enter the shop. I don't know if there's going to be much we'll be able to do here. We'll sell this scrap, though. Because at the moment, there's probably not much we can do with the scrap. So we can sell that over here for, well, 4 credits, because they're only worth 1 each. We've got 61 credits here. Get a med bay, hallway light, a pumping room. What do we want, if anything? We don't really have space for anything more at the moment. I don't really want to expand my length. I prefer to expand the width of my submarine. We're doing fine for fuel. Maybe we'll buy 2 more torpedoes. Just so we have a bit more of an armament going forward. Right, let's head down this way. We're going to head towards the transit station. You notice the pirate rummaging through some wreckage. We're going to fight them. You just barely missed them. Now they're all aware of our presence. Right, let's get firing. These guys have got multiple weapons. This could be a problem. Piloting. See if we can avoid this. I need to turn hard to port or possibly starboard. No. That went wrong. Let's go repair what's something's inevitably going wrong already. Let's repair you as quickly as we can. Repair you. And let's do some pumping quickly. Repair you. Repair the pump. I imagine we'll be shot at again soon. Let's now focus on their pumping room and their engine. That'll be wise. There's a decently sized leak here. Going to have to deal with that. Okay, we're not doing too badly at the moment. This is going better than our first 2 immediate runs did. Repair the small leak. We'll repair the engine later. That's not a problem. We will pump as best we can. They must be nearly dead. Yeah, they're nearly there. Good. 7 fuel. Man, we're doing great on fuel. We're doing great on fuel intake at the moment. It's just everything else. Turn the lights back on. What you can also do, you can also shut the doors. So if you think one room is just so close to kind of causing a major flood across your submarine, you can just shut one off for a while and then deal with that later once you've got everything back up and running again. Layout, everything's fine. Let's head down here and then we'll head to transit station. We're going to fire again at these lads. Again, I want to deal with their weapons before we get hit. They probably will fire because torpedoes will probably fire at the same rate. This game is a little bit of a mix between FTL and Black Wake, as well as also Lethal Company. So they're going to fire at us, we're going to fire at them. We'll fire here, take out some of the engine if possible. We need to go deal with the floods in here. Repair this, turn the light back on. I think we're fine in terms of water at the moment. Right, it's down the end. Running a little bit low on the old stamina. Oh, one's just taken another hit right there. Let's repair this. We'll put the pump in. Repair this leak. And let's go back. How are we doing? Okay, let's stop firing because they're pretty close to death there. Put a torpedo in here. And enemy destroyed. Excellent. But of course, this is all very simple at the moment. Things will get much harder as time goes on. We're doing very well for fuel. Let us go repair the torpedo bay machine there. I think it just means it fires slower. Certainly don't want that to happen. Let's go to the transit station now and get out of here. You arrive at the transit station and intercept communication between two other submarines. They speak of a vaccine for the disease at a distant research lab. Find those vaccines is the best shot of survival. Better get to them quick. So, Soviet-controlled or mining districts. Good amount of outposts and shops or communication. Let's go for the mining district, shall we? And again, we need to be heading roughly east. However, we can't get over there, so we're going to have to go via this outpost. Once used to create various products and materials, this factory now appears completely abandoned. Still not as strong as I would like. I'm just going to drop off this tube worms and take 2 fish meal instead. Please don't be underwater. At least not fully underwater, please. You're not fully underwater. That's good. Is there a bomb? 1632. Bugger. There's a bomb here somewhere. Where is it? And I imagine there might also be hostile mobs here. 1632. We're going to have to be quick. Come on. Where is it? I have to run through this, otherwise they're gonna... The water's gonna fill up this place fast. 1632. Where is that bomb? I'm trying to listen to the clicking sounds. I don't hear it. This place is massive. There it is. 67 seconds. 1632. Whew. That's the bomb. Can I make my way home? Back to the ladder now? Who knows? But we've at least defused the bomb, so now we should be okay. It's still very dark and very scary. But we should be okay now. I always think these suits are going to come to life. There is also sometimes stuff on the floor, but I find that very hard to see. It's important we've got the lantern with us, otherwise it's very, very dark. And we don't want that, for sure. Yes, codes are what was that? Codes can often be found on these terminals, and if you found a code, you know that there's a bomb somewhere in this outpost. Let's just come back here, drop off these bits, because we're by the ladder. But now we can take our time. I don't think there's any hostile mobs here, because I feel like we would have probably already seen them by this point. But I'm not going to hold my breath if that's the case, because I know if I say that, things will inevitably go wrong. I've been here before. Just trying to see if there's any other little bits that we can find. Sadly, you can't salvage the bomb and take that with you. As nice as that would be. Search the locker here. 5 scrap. It's better than nothing. But you're not going to find exceptional loot at this kind of stage of the game, that's for sure. Of course, the later you go, the tougher things get. But also the more interesting loot you find. Let's repair these lighting controls, because now we can do this. And that should flick on the lights for us, making things slightly less troublesome to make our way around. Although some bits will still be in darkness, that's for sure. Trying to keep an eye on the floor, because sometimes there is stuff on the floor. But of course, when it's underwater, that's a lot harder to see. That looks like scrap to me. How I get it though, I don't know, because I can't jump. There must be a way to grab it. There we go, got it. Have it from a distance, but that's all that matters. Let's have a look around here. I'm still expecting to be jump scared at some point, as is the way with this game. Right, I think we've got everything. Let's drop this off. Let's carry on. We can't make it over there yet, so we're going to have to go, I think, round to get there. Enter the shop. I'm not sure how much stuff we have to work with, but I'd like to add something else into my place if possible. We've only got 57 credits. We've got plenty of fuel at the moment. Workshop would be nice. Oh, but I need to really expand the width of my place first. There's nothing really here that I think we need to take. But we could sell this scrap for $30, which would be better than nothing. Let's just sell it over here. No, it's for 15. Buck a piece, I forgot. But we'll keep the rest with us. Let's just keep hoarding some of our money for the time being. Until we're able to upgrade our place further. We still need to head northeast. We'll go down to this outpost here. Okay, is this a factory? Is there water? There isn't. Probably means there'll be some angry men here though. Always got to be a little bit careful what's lurking around the corner like you. Please die. Thank you. We have food. We can use that to heal ourselves if necessary. But because there's one lad here, there'll be more. I think these guys are a bit like weeping angels. I think they move in the shadows when you're not paying attention. But I think if you hit these backpacks or kind of things they have on, it's a bit easier to deal with them quicker. We're getting some good stuff here. I'm just going to have some of these canned tube worms, because that'll be some more food for us. Thought something was attacking us there. There might still be. Hello. Oh, he's blocking. You can block with your wrench. Oh, there's another one. Okay, there's quite a few here. As long as we only have to deal with them one at a time, shouldn't be too bad. I don't like that the music is still going though, that's for sure. This is why it's useful to have the food with us. Of course, the more you can loot from all these places, the better you'll stand in the long run. Oh, there's another one. Try to aim for the head. Have this other fish meat. There's a lot of people here. I definitely don't want to die, because I've had a bit of a bad first two runs with this. Anyone in here? No, we've already been piles of corpses everywhere. I'm probably missing quite a bit of loot, but I'm also quite paranoid, and I'm also not very good with horror games. And this game has a slight tendency to do some jump scaring every now and then, which I'm obviously not a fan of. I mean, don't get me wrong, it does it well. I'm not a personal fan of. That's something up there, maybe. I don't deal very well with jump scares. Right, let's find that pile of corpses again. I don't think it's this way. I think it's the other way. Here we go. I think we've probably searched everything. Let's just make sure we haven't missed everything over the other way. Over by this machine area. There's something there. this briefcase. I knew there was... I had a feeling there was something else we might be missing. Just some more scrap. That's not too bad at all. Let's call it there. We'll put this stuff away. And we'll move on. We still need to move up that way, so let's keep going this general direction. You hear an engine roar through the water and a blip appears on your radar right next to your ship. A pirate was waiting in ambush. We can attack them or ram them. I'm not going to ram them, that feels like an inherently stupid idea. Fire at their torpedo bay. Get that out and ready, and then we can start thinking about something else. Okay, let's see if we can pilot to avoid some of this. I think that's our stuff we want to avoid there. But we're off course. That's unfortunate. Let's repair this, repair this. Okay, we're doing okay at the moment. Let's get off this. Let's get back on course if we can. We'll fire some of their engines if possible. We've got some leaks we need to deal with now. Leak there. There's a leak over here as well, I saw. Let's just see how we're doing here. Okay, they're nearly dead. We can go. We can afford to go pumping. There we go. I think everything is still pretty much okay. Let's turn the lights back on. Just repair this. And 37 credits, well worth having. Turn the lights back on here. The lights do always seem to go off. We just need to repair this as well. That's what we've got our wrench for. We need to keep moving northeast, so let's head up this way. You hear an engine roar. Okay, it's the same one again. We're not going to ram into them, we'll just attack them. We need to go after their harpoons. I always like to go after their weapons first, then afterwards we can kind of deal with the other things that we need to. So you can steer to avoid the weapons when they come in. But it's not always very easy to do so. Okay, they're knocking out our stuff down there, but that's okay. Once we've taken out their weapons, we should be okay to carry on firing without too much issue. I feel like taking out their weapons is always the best way to do things. Oh, we are taking a few hits, mind. That's for sure. Repair this, repair this. Let's just do some pumping. Thankfully they're all just small leaks for the time being. Repair this. Obviously the bigger the leak, the longer it takes. Let's go back here, see how we're doing. Let's fire some of the engine. We need to reload. We need to load this top right hatch. I think probably we've got them down soon. I'm just going to get them to stop shooting for the time being, because the oxygen should come back to that place pretty soon. Repair this small leak, turn the lights on. There's something back here which needs to be fixed. There we go. A couple of small leaks, and they will just keep going regardless. So we need to deal with that. There's a leak over here as well, because we definitely don't want to drown. That wouldn't be very fun. Just repair this. I don't know if we've defeated that other vessel now. We probably have defeated that other submarine by now, I would think. We have indeed. 97 credits, that's well worth having. So let's go over here. I'd love to go to a store. We've now got 209 credits, so we can start thinking about expanding and moving forward, which is excellent. Down we go to this shop. Is there anything interesting here for us? Harpoon Bay. We go through I was about to say different torpedo, but there's not any better torpedoes. Let's expand the width of our submarine. So we've got a bit more space now. We don't have much credits to put something in there, but that's still good. I might put in a harpoon bay, but we don't have enough money for that, I don't think. See what's in here. We've got 49 credits. Does that buy us anything useful? Not quite. We already have our weapons up and running. We don't need to get more. But we've expanded, which is good. I'll buy just a couple more torpedoes and that should do us for now. Now we get to go back to our wonderful submarine. And it's a whole lot bigger, but it's very dark at the moment. So I'm actually going to spend some money on a bit of quality of life. And that's going to be a hallway lamp here. And that's just going to be there so that we can actually, you know, see things. That's for my benefit as well as yours. There we go, it's a little better. I might want to just move it towards the middle though, because it feels a little bit off centre there. There we go, put it in the middle. But we've expanded our submarine further for future endeavours, which is important. And actually it gives us a lot of room to work with, which is quite nice. What I would like to do actually while I'm here, I'm going to move the pump, because I'm usually somewhere at the top end of the vessel. And so it would make sense for me to move the pumping station. I can go there for now. So it's somewhere a little bit closer for us to get to, just to pump things straight away. Just give this a slightly unsightly look though, so I'm going to have to change that again. Because I don't want that. What we can do, we can put it in the corner, like so, and then it won't have a weird wall kind of getting in our way. That's pretty good. There we go, pump in the corner, but this is where I spend the majority of my time, up the front of the vessel. Well, it's very creepy down the back. So now we just want to think about getting more money. The transit station is there. I'm not that fussed to go to the transit station just yet. But there's not many places we can go, so let's go here. Thank the Lord, we've been trapped for hours. Please send any fuel we can. I have 2 fuel, you're welcome to it. 40 credits is a good trade-off for that. We'll go up here. Right, we're not going to ram into them, because again that's silly. But let's fire here. Fire everything on their weapons. And then we can deal with their engine and stuff afterwards. Engine means the blue symbols up here, or the blue numbers up here, mean evasion. So we've got 10% evasion, they've got 15. I believe if we knock out some of their engine, then that might knock down their evasion chances. So that's probably something we want to do. Looks like we're going to have a few hits here. So let's repair. Eventually you can get an automatic pump, and it's very useful. Looks like they're knocking out our pumping station, which is kind of them. So let's repair that. Water is starting to fill up. What I don't know is if the size of your submarine matters when it comes to water levels, or the water levels just kind of grow naturally. They're still managing to fire at us with their weapons, and I don't want that to happen. So we'll do this, but their evasion is going down, as is ours. Our engine room has something we need to go repair. Down here. So let's repair this. Turn on the lights. You can see that as your ship gets bigger, it does prove more problematic to get things done. Especially when you get bigger leaks like that. Enemy destroyed, excellent. Let's just spend the time to pump out our ship. Repair this. How's our layout looking? Fine, everything needs to be repaired, and we're still taking on water. Let's go do any repairs first. Repair our core engine. We want our evasion to be as high as possible. Repair our weapons bay, or our torpedo bay. And then our piloting room as well. How many credits was that? 33, well worth having. Turn the light back on. And go to transit station. Yeah, I don't know if we're required to go out to transit. Looks like we are. Residential district or mining district? Let's go for residential. I probably didn't want to go up here straight away. We're not quite... I don't think we're quite ready for this place yet. So I'm going to go to the outpost, then over here, then to the store. I will take some food with me. I think we're going to need the health. Is this fully underwater? No, just partially underwater. What am I expecting to fight in here? Canteen is always useful. Canteen means goods and food. There might be a bomb here, we'll have to see. But we're getting a lot of food here, which is good for health. It's probably not very good for our general economy, though. Heard something there. Don't know if it's just the creepy noises. It might well be. Check the terminal. Make sure there's no code there that we need to imminently deal with. Anything we can loot here? Must be something we can loot in the area. Apparently not. Some rooms don't really have much. Right, we've searched this area. Search over here now. I'm slightly concerned by the lack of enemies. Because I would expect there to be some. Or something that would cause us trouble. I cannot eat another can of those worms. Do you think the Soviets or Japanese eat it any better? We ought to sneak over and see. I can't take it. James isn't going to Mass on Sunday. Do you know why? So we're getting little tidbits of information about what's happening. Possibly some kind of fungal virus that went wrong. A little bit like The Last of Us, perhaps. There's a jail cell here. That's interesting. Okay, I'm probably missing some stuff on the floor. It's a little hard to tell when the place is underwater. Grab this here. Oh, we got a knife. That's a slightly better weapon than our wrench. I don't mind that. Eventually full credits. Question is how many. We'll just eat these dreams of greens because we've got enough food to see us through for now, I would think. Unless the ladder is right here, in which case let's just drop this stuff off. And then go back and get those credits if I can remember where they were. Seems like there's no one here, which is surprising. 5 credits. It's worth coming back for. I think that's probably everything that's here though. So let's go. Where to next? We'll go to here. We're getting a bit low on fuel, but that's fine. You arrive at the relay station, notice a ship floating aimlessly in the water. You attempt to communicate with it, but receive no response. Ship of materials. Can't even rest for an hour down here without some damn pirates robbing us. Oh, we need to reload. That's not something I was aware of. Let's get that done quickly, because they are firing at us already. This might be a tough start here. Let's fire. I'm going to fire at their weapons, and I want to fire at their pumping station. Let's start repairing while our weapons start firing. That's a large leak. We need to deal with that quickly. And let's just pump out some of that water while we've got time. Let's go back to the weapons bay. They're doing pretty well here. Oh, the evasion is plus 60. Right, we need to change what we're firing at here. We need to change for their engine. We need to lower their evasion heavily. Because at the moment we're struggling to hit them at all. We need to repair that pump because it's not doing anything for us at the moment. It's a shame we don't have the automatic pump yet. Please stop hitting my pump. I need it to repair the ship or get water out of the ship. Please stop. That's a large leak. We have to deal with that. Okay, let's just do some pumping here. How are we doing in terms of weapons? Okay, we've knocked out... Okay, there... Oh, that's a real problem. Repair this. We need to repair this torpedo area. We need to keep firing. Otherwise we won't manage to do anything here. Fire at their weapons, please, with all we've got. Reload required. Oh, goodness. We need to repair that large leak, and then we need to pump quickly. Back to the pumping station. We are underwater now. Come on, hurry up. Repair this large leak, because otherwise the pumping won't do anything here. And pump down water, please, quickly. This was a tough fight. I don't think we were quite ready for this one here. How are we doing? We're still fighting. Still fighting. Reload required. That's not great. We're getting some large leaks here because we're being hit by mines. This is a tough fight. We may not be able to win. Are we able to pull out here? Retreat charge. I want to turn the tide if possible here. Let's go for their pumps. Repair our pumps here. I don't think we're actually taking in any water. Our machines are all very, very battered and broken. But we're surviving for the time being. Reload required. Keep on firing, please. They've got a lot of leaks as well. Let's repair this leak. That's turned into a large leak now because we didn't get to it in time. Let's get a torpedo. Because we need to keep on firing, please. Repair this. Well, they must be nearly down by now. Okay, they're nearly there. That's fine. That was tough. But we've made it. I really hope the reward is worth it. Because it probably won't be. Enemy destroyed. You can see things are getting tougher. We're not quite ready for them yet. 71 credits though, that's worth taking. Let's go to a shop. We need to get a little bit of extra benefits, I think. We're going backwards to a store, which may not be ideal. There's a few small glitches and stuff here and there. But nothing, I don't think, terrible. Hallway lamp, a mine bay, a storage room. I'll go for a mine bay, I suppose. Yeah, let's go for a mine bay, depending on how big it is. Okay, we have to do a bit of rearranging here, I think. Because we've got to make sure everything kind of fits. And everything can be accessed easily. So, coal engine and mine bay down the bottom there. Light can stay where it is. That should work. Buy me some fuel, please. And maybe 3 more torpedoes. I'm guessing we won't actually have any mines to put in there. It's my only problem. But now we get to go see our new area. So here's our engine room. And over here is our mine bay. No target detected, and I don't think we have any mines to send. However, it's progress. We're starting to unlock some new areas, which is good. We're adding more bits to our ship. Let's carry on. I think the only thing we can do now is go to the outpost. Up here. So we need to keep moving in that direction. A massive complex with all the equipment to extract oil from the sea floor. It now appears abandoned. This is going to be a tough one, I would think. There will probably be some oil for us to take, including this oil right here. Let's go take it to our engine room, which is unfortunately all the way down the other end of the submarine. That's fine. Deposit the fuel storage in. I think there will be some angry people here though. And there may well be a bomb or something similar. So we just got to stay aware of these things. Hey Matthew, something is off with our most recent order of air filters. Outpost has a strange smell after installing them. Can you get someone over here to check it out? I imagine everything went a little bit wrong. We have to go drop this stuff off. We could probably do with some more storage as well. Running a little bit low on that. Especially as a lot of this is just food. However, you can just drop food on the floor, as long as, and general stuff on the floor, as long as you don't change the layout of your area at all. Some more fuel here. I'm definitely not going to say no to extra fuel. That's for sure. I just wish it was a little bit closer, but this is how we've set up our area now, so that's fine. Deposit this in. It saves us having to buy fuel at 10 credits a piece, so that's worthwhile to do it. Purely just to get the fuel from here. That's a bomb. How long have I got? No! Time for us to leave. Oh, 1201 is the code. That would have been helpful. You can actually repair the... I don't know how... This is a big facility. We might be able to repair these quickly. We'll have to see. It's going to take a long time for us to repair these. Can we repair it quick enough? I think it's just the 2 leaks here. If we can repair it before we go underwater, then that will help us out here. Come on, quickly. Please? No. Okay, well let's finish out the repair here. Stop going any further. Search this medical cabinet. And we leave. If I can remember where I'm going. Problem is we can't jump here either. So we're going to start running out of oxygen pretty soon, I would think. That's not where I came from. This is a problem now. No, no, no. No, this is not where I came from. We're going to start struggling for oxygen here. I think we're going to drown if we're not careful. Was it this way? I hope it was this way. Here are the fuel dumps. I can eat this on the move, I think. There's the ladder. Come on. Oh my goodness. So yeah, bombs can explode and they fill up the whole place with water. Not very good. On we go. You attempt to communicate with a nearby submarine quickly heading towards you but doesn't respond. Better get ready for a fight. Right. I want to target their torpedoes and their... Actually, probably their mines more than anything. I want to target their mines first and then we can deal with the rest afterwards. Here comes their torpedoes. Reload required. That's horrible timing. We are not really equipped to take this on. This might be the death of us. Repair that quickly. Keep firing. Take out those torpedoes, please. You take out their pumping station. Repair this. How are we doing? Okay, we've got issues down here. Leaks down here in this part of the submarine. And a small leak here. We just want to keep on firing as best we can. We've kind of knackered their torpedo system, but we want to keep on firing here. We'll go back down to the engine area. Repair this. Repair this. Turn on the lights as best we can. We can go through this side door. Okay. This isn't actually too bad. We're managing now. We'll stop firing because they shouldn't be able... I don't think they'll be able to recover here, so that's fine. Let's repair this. Repair our mine bay. Enemy destroyed, excellent. That's what we like to see. 3 fuel, better than nothing. It's probably not what I would have ideally chosen, because I think we're doing okay for fuel for the moment, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Onwards here. And another pirate. Let's fire at them. Again, we want to take it. Oh, they've got a lot of weapon systems. This could be troublesome, actually. Tail their mines, tail their torpedoes. I think they've got like. I think that might be like a decoy or something similar. Reload required. It's always at the most awful time that we need to reload. Open the hatch. I just want to knock down some of their systems as best possible. Fire here, fire their torpedoes. They don't have a drainage system, so we might be okay. Repair this. Repair this. They're still firing pretty heavily at us. Let's start nattering some of their evasion chances if possible. Large leak here, we're going to have to deal with that. And a small leak. Lots of small leaks here. Let's do a bit of pumping here. Let's get our water levels down as best possible. Keeping up for now. Oh, our piloting system is completely broken. Reload required, but they should be dead soon. Good. Repair this. Enemy destroyed. 47 credits or fuel. We'll take the credits. But now might not be the time to do that while we're actively sinking. We don't want to be sinking for much longer, that's for sure. Repair this. Repair this. And pump out our water. Excellent. But I tell you what, I think you get the idea. This here is Dark Waters. It's very fun to play with friends. I had a good time playing it with my mate for the last few hours, and I really, really enjoy it. And of course, there is that giveaway. I've been given 4 codes to give away to you, the lovely viewers, and all I ask that you do is, of course, watch the video and give it a like, but also just comment on what you think could be improved on this game, what you liked about it, and what you might like to see in the future, because this is still an early access game. It only came out today. I've been intrigued to see what you have in mind, and from that I think I will pick 4 comments who have put in a lot of effort and also provided some good ideas for the future, maybe. And we may well see this back again with some friends. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. This here is Darkwater, link down in the description. Take care, bye bye.